Good morning, everyone. Sunday, July 12th, Boomer here, back on the trail. I just got dropped off at the ranger station at High Point State Park, and I am now headed up the trail to the high point where there's a tower. And when we get up there, I'll show you more of that and show you what that view from the tower looks like. So, Boomer out for now. Be back with you in a little bit. All right, here's a great view of the tower from an observation tower for the tower. That's all I can think. Can you guys think of anything else that it might be?
I looked at the map yesterday and it does say observation point, so I think it is.
Yeah, just so you can see the tower better. I'd already taken one from the trail. I'm gonna go around. I'm sorry, you'll be on my vlog.
That's fine.
What's your blog name?
It's Boomer on the Appalachian Trail 2020.
Okay.
YouTube. And here we go full circle, and we will get up there and see what the view looks like from there. Coming out of the woods into some fields. Very pretty view from here. Enjoying it very much. But think I'm in New York, might still be in New Jersey. I might be going back and forth between the two. Going through a lot of pasture land here in New Jersey, and we're going in and out of New Jersey and New York, so it's hard to keep up. But let me show you how pretty this is. This is an absolutely gorgeous day today. Here's some more really pretty pasture land. Boomer here. Today's Monday, July 13th. I usually get out of camp and get started by 8 o'clock. Today it was 10 o'clock, so that's not good. But my lovely and beautiful wife sent me a nice resupply box, and it took me a while to sort through it all and get it all in my pack because I asked for a lot of stuff. And boy, is my pack heavy today. It always is after a fresh resupply. But anyway, I am back on the trail, going back in towards New Jersey if I'm not there already. And back and forth between New Jersey and New York. It's my understanding that there's 20 more miles of New Jersey, and then we're in New York for good. So, don't know that I'll make that today. There are two shelters. One's closer, one's like 16 or 17 miles. I'm going to see what I feel like and how much time I've got. Starting late didn't help though. But anyway, I'm on the trail and I'm on my way. Just finished one of the longest road walks I think I've had on the Appalachian Trail, with the exception of that one detour in North Carolina up that switchback hill, but that's another thing. And now we're going through fields, and I don't know how long this is going to be. Let me show you what it looks like. Headed this way. Another gentleman I caught up with up there, he's ahead of me. But just walking down this road, and as you can see over that way, it's a pretty place to be, but it's certainly different. Anyway, just wanted to check in and let you know what the progress is. You are?
I'm Zoom.
Zoom, where are you from, Zoom?
Florida, Melbourne, Florida.
Melbourne, Florida. Man, you're a long way from home in New Jersey.
Yeah, it's a long cab ride.
How much of the trail are you trying to do this time?
I'm going Harvest Ferry to Maine.
All right, sounds fantastic. Zoom and I just met a little while ago. I've followed him, what, mile or two?
Yeah.
Something like that. And we just stopped here for a minute. And we also have...
Reboot.
Reboot and I've hiked with each other, run into each other before a couple of times. So I guess we'll probably leave here together, and Lord knows what we'll do after that.
If I can keep up with you.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. All right, Boomer out. Been walking over this kind of terrain now for a very long time, but I wanted to stop and get some video because you can really see what we're dealing with. Most of it's covered with vegetation. But here you can see it's a very marshy, wet area, and some volunteers have gone to a lot of trouble to put these footpaths here to help the hikers. And I, for one, would like to thank them very much and tell them that we really appreciate their efforts. It saves us a lot of time, trouble, and dirt. So thank you all very much. Here's a very nice view. I can't tell you for certain that this is the case, but I think in the center of your screen, directly across that valley, may be the High Point Monument. I can't tell. Of course, we were there yesterday or the day before. But anyway, just wanted to stop here and let you take a look at this. And Mother Nature has provided the perfect rock for a couple to sit on right here. I believe we're about to enter the longest section of the trail in New Jersey. that is actually handicap accessible, and it's because it runs through a swamp. And let me show you what it looks like. It's definitely built for a wheelchair to fit on, and it goes quite a ways. So I'm going to put the camera away and I'm going to walk to the other end of it. Back with you guys later. As I walk along this bridge, it becomes evident to me that someone put a lot of positive, outstanding planning, time, effort into building this and making it what it is, because this marsh land could never be dealt with by anybody really. But to make a bridge like this that is wheelchair accessible, as well as a favorite place for hikers to cross, this is it's incredible. So just wanted to share a little bit more of it. And here comes the runner. All right, this is the footbridge across the creek down there, or stream, whatever you want to call it. And trail goes this way, so I'm headed this way. This is Wawayanda Creek. I hope I pronounced that right. It's a very pretty, very scenic creek. You know, when you think of New Jersey, you don't think of rural settings like this, but there are some beautiful rural settings in New Jersey, and if you ever visit this state, I encourage you to get out and find some of them, because they're well worth the look. Good morning, Boomer here. Today is Tuesday, July the 14th, and I've been walking for 1.2 miles. Got up away from the stealth site that I had plenty of water thanks to that nice stream, and I've crossed a couple of roads, and I'm moving toward Wawayanda State Park, and I think I pronounced that right, but I'm not sure. There's a Wawayanda shelter ahead right before the state park. Obviously I'm not staying there because I stealth camped last night, but anyway, had to step over this down tree here, and I thought, hey, perfect time to sit down on the tree and do an intro for today. So I'm going to be looking for interesting things to share with you today. At one point in time, we will get out of New Jersey for good and be in New York. I'll let you know when that happens. But beyond that, I'm just going to keep my eyes forward and head down this trail here right in front of me and see where it takes me. So I'll be back with you later. Many thanks to the kind trail angel who provided fresh water at the junction of the Warwick Turnpike here, coming out of Wawayanda State Park. Okay, the white blaze marks the direction, and what it's been doing lately is running us through a lot of rocks. Climbing up hand over hand, having to toss the hiking poles on up and get them out of the way. We're going in that direction, and we are getting very close to the New Jersey-New York border, so I'll check back in when we get there. All right, all these markers would be somewhat confusing if you weren't up here in this mess. They're wanting to make sure that northbounders like myself go that way, and southbounders head up that way. And I don't have a clue what this is for, but since I'm a northbounder, I guess I don't really have to care. But anyway, I think we've got a state line coming up, probably right up through those trees on that next set of big rocks. Not sure exactly where we are, what we're looking at, but it's awfully pretty, so I just wanted to share it. I have no idea what the river is, but it's a pretty view, and I had to use rebar to climb up here, so I thought I ought to take at least a video and a picture. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, July 15th. This is Boomer here. It's about 7:21, which is about par for me because I always like to eat breakfast and do several other things before I get ready. One thing that I wanted to share with you today is the problem of getting a decent water supply out here, particularly this time of year. Now, the hikers are always more concerned, I think, with where good water is than just anything else. Some of the shelters have springs that go dry, and I've shown you the trail angels who leave water for hikers. But one thing that I would like to share with you today is what it's like when you get some strange looking water that you have to filter. Now, there's a stream right over here. I mean, it's 20 steps. And this is what I've got from the stream today. And I know what you're thinking. Boomer, are you sure this is water? It looks a lot like gasoline to me. And honestly, it looks a lot like gasoline to me too. But it smells and tastes like water, particularly once you filter it. Now, I have cooked breakfast with this already. I am enjoying my morning cup of coffee, which was made from this water. Of course, I would enjoy my morning cup of coffee no matter what. I've got to have it. But anyway, this looks like gasoline, doesn't it? And I know, because as my son pointed out to you, I'm a good old southern redneck boy, and if you don't learn how to siphon gasoline by the time you're 7 or 8 years old, you're just not really a man in the South. So anyway, I have siphoned gas. It looks like this. I pumped it. It looks like this. Actually, it looks better than this in some cases. But what I'm going to do now is to filter these 2 bottles of water full from this, and then I'll be ready to start the trail with water for today. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like once it's in the bottle. So I'll be back with you shortly. All right, Boomer back, and I've finished with the filtering process, and here's the results. 2 finely filtered bottles of High Test. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and let you know that it's not all peaches and cream out here, that sometimes you have to put up with this, and this water is drinkable. Again, it's what I made my coffee with. And later on, if I find a nice stream, I will dump it in a heartbeat and we'll filter some fresh, clean looking water. But anyway, I've got to get going here. This tent behind me, I've got to tear that down and get ready and get back on the trail, which is about 10 feet behind where your camera is located. So this is Boomer signing out for now, and I'll be back with you later today. And I am back into the woods. According to the Guthooks guide, this is Fitzgerald Falls. Very pretty little waterfall and a nice little stream that's going downhill. And if I didn't have all that lovely gasoline colored water, I'd collect some here, but I don't really need it at this point in time. So here it is, Fitzgerald Falls. All right, here's the view from this rocky outcrop, which is directly on the trail. And as we wind around, we see that there is a pretty lake down there. No idea what kind of lake, or what's the name of the lake, but it is pretty. And that white blaze signals the trail that's behind me. This white blaze is one that I'm standing just next to. And right over there, I think you can see it in the distance, there's a little white blaze that's going to lead me around the right of that rock formation over there. So I better get off here and start scrambling through these rocks. Okay, here I am at another rock scramble. Here's the blazes. There's the first one, the second one, the third one, and right at the very top you see the fourth one. Alright, I'm sitting at what appears to be the highest point of this particular formation. Here's a blaze, there's a blaze, blaze going that way, and I think perhaps over that way too. But here's the view. Quite a view. And here's my perspective down directly in front of me. So I have decided that this would be an excellent place to eat something. So I'm going to pull something out of my pack and eat a little bit here before I continue on that way. This is listed on Gut Hooks as a view. We are also climbing Arden, A-R-D-E-N mountain, and I think we've got more of that to go and may even have a better view up there. So we'll see when we get there. Apparently there's been some bear issues in this state park, so there's one shelter that's closed, and these regulations are up to protect people. Still have not had a clear view of the lake, but it's out there and it's very pretty. So we're following along the shoreline and we're headed that way. All right, friends and fans, we are looking towards the Lemon Squeeze. We have reached this point in New York and we're definitely sure this is it because there's the AT sign, here's a blaze with AT, and arrows pointing up that way. So I've got to see if I can't squeeze through there, and maybe the 30-some pounds that I've lost in doing this hike will help me with this. I don't know, but this backpack is still kind of big, so I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to try up that way, and if I can't do it, I will have to take the backpack off and manhandle it another way. So I'm getting ready to do the Lemon Squeeze. The first part is deceptively easy, but now we come to the tough part, the actual squeeze itself. And I'm here to tell you, there's no way that me and this backpack are going through there together. So let me figure out how I'm going to handle this. All right, I am above the Lemon Squeeze, which is right down there below me. And folks, that is a narrow little trench. There's no way you could make it with a backpack. But thanks to watching YouTube videos, I have watched a couple of people be successful with this. And if I'm not mistaken, last year I watched Underdog and Magic Mike right here, and they got to a certain point and they took off their packs and lifted them up over the ledge and put them where I showed you that mine was, and then that way they could easily walk through the trench and come down and retrieve the pack. So that is what I have done. I guess that's conquering Lemon Squeeze. The only problem is more blood. I'm here to tell you, Boomer loses more blood than somebody that's decided to attend a mosquito convention. I just cut myself and scrape myself all the time. But anyway, I'm through the squeeze. I'm on the upper side, and now I'm going to make sure there's nothing else tricky right up here. Okay, I got it. All right, here we see an actual demonstration of the technique, and it's definitely working. Any words of wisdom?
Yep.
What would those?
Follow the advice of those who have come before you.
Which is exactly what I did. It works pretty well, doesn't it?
Yep.
We've still got a fairly steep climb, though.
Yeah, I read about that.
Yeah. So, anything you'd like to say to these folks? Tell them who you are.
Reboot from Florida. And this is the Lemon Squeezer.
All right. Reboot, thanks for the video. Okay, over my shoulder is where I've come, and I've still got that to finish to get to the top of the cliff. So, I'm headed that way.